If you can imagine yourself, you are now in a romantic relationship with someone. You're in that relationship with someone, and that person you really like, you care about. You've been working together maybe on a job for a while. You get to know them pretty well, and you got married even. Now you're legally bound to that person. It was pretty quick. You guys got together, but now maybe it's been a year and you're now married. Okay, got it. That person has some issues. Some issues. The issues aren't because of you. The issues are because of a previous relationship. In this case, this person, he had a girlfriend before you who treated him very poorly, who cheated on him, who treated him poorly, took advantage of him, treated him very badly. So now when you do certain things that remind him of that person, he gets really upset. He gets upset, he gets mad, he does all types of things you don't like. And you say to yourself, wow, this is a problem. This is a problem. You have a relationship now. So if this is the case, you have someone who's got a bunch of problems from a previous relationship. You already got married. So somehow either it was hidden or you didn't want to see it or whatever, but now here's where you are. You kind of got three choices. Three choices. Choice number one, look, I'm not her. I didn't do that stuff to you. It's not my issue. It's not my issue. What do you want me to do? I can't deal with this. Not my fault. Not my fault. I didn't do it. I wasn't there then. It wasn't me. Leave me alone. What are you going to do? That's option one. How well is that marriage going to work if you pick option one? People do it all the time. All the time people do it. That doesn't go well. Option two, forget it. Get divorced. You know what? This isn't going to work. I'm going to get divorced. I can't handle your baggage. Not my problem. I'm out of here. Well, there's a lot of legal ramifications for that. You know, you're pregnant, you got kids. Now what? Right? Change their, wow, that's a problem, but can be done. It's the third option. And the third option is to say, you know what? I care about this relationship. I care about this marriage. And even though you got some baggage from stuff I had nothing to do with, I care about you. And even though I'm not to blame for the responsibility, I'm not to blame for the stuff that happened to you, because I care about this relationship, I'm going to take responsibility for helping you to make things better. That's what I'm going to do, because I care about the relationship. I'm going to not worry about blame, but I'm going to take responsibility. They might say, wow, Larry, that sounds good. Yeah, that's kind of the only option you have if you want to have that solid marriage. Now, the sad part about this scenario is it's rare. Most people pick option one or option two. But if you pick option three, there's another part. The person who now has the baggage, they have to take responsibility too. And if any of you, I'm sure some of you watching, have been through tough times in your marriage or relationships, whether you're married or not, if only one person wants it, it doesn't work. Both have to say, yeah, we're going to fix this, or it doesn't work. For those of you who know me, I've been married about 20 years with my wife, and we've almost been divorced 3 times. And I can say the reason why we're not divorced now is not because she's so smart or I'm so smart or whatever. I'm so cool, she's so cool. Nope, those aren't the reasons. The reasons are because both of us wanted to make it work. And if we didn't, we wouldn't be married now. Why do I bring this up? Why would I bring up this kind of story on MLK Day? Because that's very similar to race relations. It's very similar. It's a similar issue. Do you want to fix race relations in America? Do you want to? If you don't have to. You can try to get divorced. Boy, is that messy. That doesn't work out well at all. You can go, not my problem. I wasn't there. Who cares? You can do that too. Boy, that doesn't go well either. Or you can say, you know what? Let's all take responsibility, not blame. There is a big difference. Let's take responsibility. Try to fix this stuff. We can. It's possible. But again, I'll go back to the marriage or relationships. If you're having trouble in your relationship, it's not a 5-minute fix. It's an ongoing fix. It's a long-term conversation, back and forth conversations. And so it's not just about, okay, you do this, I'll do that, fixed. That's not how it works. I'll go one step further. Your, in this case, husband, in this scenario making up, in this case, your husband, the person that your husband was with in the past where he has those issues with is your cousin. Now you're related. So it isn't you, but it's your family. It's your family. So think about that. The person who your, in this case, husband, had the issues with was your cousin. And your cousin wasn't very good. In this case, your cousin, she was really bad to him. She cheated on him. She lied to him. She took his money. She took advantage of him. She was terrible to him. And he finally got away. He was in an abusive relationship and he left. But that's your cousin. You actually like her. She's nothing bad to you. You think she's great. In fact, you've had, Christmas with her and holidays with her and all this stuff. She's your family member. You actually like her. Wow, is that awkward? So what happens when your husband says, that so-and-so woman, she's insert bad name here, loose woman, insert horrible name here. How do you feel? You're torn, aren't you? It's your spouse. That's your cousin. They hate each other. Tough there too. This is our world. This is our world. This is what we're living in now. A tough spot that can't just go, you're bad. Could you imagine the husband just says to the wife, you can never see your cousin again. Your cousin's evil and nasty and horrible. You may never see her ever again. In fact, don't even talk about her. In fact, let's erase everything from her. Get rid of everything she says. She's terrible. She's bad. How would you feel? You were raised with her. Now, is this an exact analogy? Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. But I brought together this analogy just to get people to think this is not an easy fix. You can't just simply assign blame or get rid of it. You can't just do the, oh, you like your cousin? Then you're against me. Or you don't, oh, you hate your cousin? And your cousin goes, what? You're a traitor. It doesn't work that way. This is a heavily nuanced piece that will take us a long time to repair. But the number one thing is we have to start thinking about, will we take responsibility to actually make it work? And we walk down that road. And here's the hardest part. What if now you're the wife in this case, you go to your husband and go, look, I get it. It was bad then with my cousin, and my cousin was bad. My cousin was bad to you, right? It was a bad relationship. She was lying to you. She was doing terrible stuff to you. You're right. And I get why you're worried and scared, and you and I haven't. I get it. But look, when are you going to get over it, man? When are you going to get over it? How does he feel when you say that? And I may go, but Larry, he's got to get over it. You're right. He's got to. Larry, he should get over it. You're right. He should. That's correct. He should get over it. And he's got to get over it if he's going to survive and do well in his life. Yeah, you can't sit behind a relationship forever that hurt you and was terrible. Of course, if you've been through one, you got to move on eventually, or it's going to eat you forever. I get it. I do. But when you act that way towards him, how does he feel? And that's my point. Almost all of this isn't logical. It's emotional. And you hear me say this on this show, I don't know how many thousands of times. Humans are not only logical, they're also emotional. Both. Politics, heavily emotional. And all we do is throw facts at each other. You can't beat an emotional argument with logic. Doesn't work. Just doesn't work. You might think, I owned him or I owned her because I threw the logical argument at them. Yeah, but they still hate you. If we're going to move forward, we have to think to ourselves, is our communication, are our actions, are we judging them just by their accuracy? Or are we judging them by their results? Are we getting better? And I know some of you Ben Shapiro fans will say things like, well, facts don't care about your feelings. I know that. And that's insanely ignorant. I know that sounded bad when I said it, but you see how that just felt? That's a fact, by the way. It doesn't care about your feelings, right? It does, because your feelings decided how you heard that. And that's my entire point. Feelings are way more important than facts. Not even close. Way more. Feelings change facts. Feelings ignore facts. Feelings make up facts randomly. Feelings are far superior than facts. It's not even close. Facts got nothing on feelings. Facts are a joke compared to feelings. Feelings are everything. So, of course, in an issue like racism, we're talking about this now in MLK Day, right? These issues, relationships between the people in America, not just racism, obviously, but I'm bringing this up as an example, but sexism, bigotry, prejudice of any type, all of that is emotional. It is logical too, but heavily emotional. And we've got to start thinking of it that way. That's an important piece.